I want to basically see what ideas are out there, especially from the vendors. Usually, there is a good start to kind of understand where the industry is going and what's really, I guess, hitting other players that are in the same market as my company. So I want to be able to bring that information and hopefully that sort of intelligence and apply it possibly to our business model. I have learned a few things, so I got a few things that I can already take back to my company. I would definitely recommend other of my other colleagues to come to the Apex event.
The Apex networking event is great. Meeting a lot of good customers and vendors, learning a little bit of high level on a lot of the new products and a lot of pain points that customers are seeing. I'm hoping to gain industry trends, seeing what's going on in the industry. The security industry changes every 6 to 12 months, so I'm not looking 3 years in the future. I'm looking 18 months in the future and seeing what to plan and where it's going. I've been to more networking events that I can count. This is a great one. People have been really friendly and very talkative and open to actually sharing a lot of things, which is weird on a security event. I would definitely recommend other people to come to it. It's a great event to meet people, and it's good to see what other people are going through, especially if they're going through similar things that we are. We're not alone.
I'm Balu Armugam, Chief Security Architect at Mars Inc. It is great, meaning I guess in terms of the way how it's been structured, and I think the number of participants kind of speak to its effectiveness, and I think it's great. Number one, I'm actually speaking at a panel, so that's one of the reasons. And then in terms of what's going on in the industry and what some of those challenges that security organizations are facing, and some learnings from other organizations in terms of how they solve those problems, because that sometimes we tend to solve the same problems at different companies, and then they all do it differently. So it is good to kind of understand and get some learning so that we can apply at Mars. The first panel, I guess the keynote panel, and I couldn't participate entirely, but then I was there, and I think it was great. Meaning some of the perspectives that I heard from the folks around, how they actually see board thinking about security, how they respond to questions from the board and stuff like that. That was interesting. I think one of the good things with Apex is it's a little more flexible and a little more sort of, I guess, in terms of, connecting with the industry vendors and stuff like that. There's no, pressure, right? And I think otherwise other vendors kind of do it a little differently. And, I guess you have a very sort of number of sessions that you need to attend with the vendors and stuff like that. So there's no that pressure sort of a scenario. And I guess in the format is really good with Apex. Yep. The reach with the different companies in the industry and bringing such a large amount of participants for an event like this speak to the effectiveness of the Apex assembly. So that's some of those reasons why I would recommend Apex.
Hi, I'm Tom Marin. I work with Dixie Credit Local here in Manhattan. The classes have been good. Some of the focus has not been on sales, which is sometimes when you come to these events, I don't want to hear a sales pitch. I want to hear more about the technology and what's going on, and I'm getting a little bit of that. So that part's good.
Came to network, learn from folks who are fighting the same battles, kind of on their own fronts, and to see what new solutions are available in the industry that I may not be familiar with. I've been to a number of them over the years. Apex is one of the groups that stands out because of the personal approach, and it's very valuable for those who come in and share, as well as those who are coming in to listen and learn.
I've been to a lot of networking events just like this, but I got to tell you, Apex takes the cake. Best partners, best conversations, best learning opportunity. You think you have all the opportunities that you can find on the web, but until you get the chance to network with your colleagues, speak to the vendors themselves, and hear about some of the pitfalls and some of the opportunities, you really don't know what the right thing to do is. Coming to Apex really makes that a solid decision.
It was very beneficial. Had I known that it would be so useful, I would have joined the initiative much earlier.
What I mentioned before, the intellectual property that is in each one of the participants is phenomenal. So the conversation in the hallway and also the panel and the ability to share with everybody what they're doing and what services they can provide to organizations like ours is just amazing.
the content is really relevant, not a theoretical, but more of an applied conversation. I think it's very candid, and you bring cross-industry experts in to have really thoughtful conversations about things we're facing as CISOs every day today.
So it is extremely important for us to learn and see where we are. So one, benchmarking; second, networking; and third, knowing to know what next in terms of tools and processes which we should look for. So all these three things help me, get in here and meet all of you guys.
Well, Apex always puts on a quality summit. They get the right vendors in, the people I need to talk to who are, it's not like when you go to RSA and other ones are like big cattle calls. It's like everybody's there. This is boutique. It's got the vendors that I need to talk to. They're leading edge technologies. And also, I see some of the same CISOs I talk with. We share, our horror stories and our successes. So they put the perfect environment together for that with the talks and the fireside chats so we can really share information. So I find it rewarding every year when I come.